What is going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to this month's episode of my month in review. And yes, I'm going through the diary again, and I've left it a bit late because just things happening and so on and so forth, and I can't really remember what has happened and what hasn't happened. So I'm just going to look back through my diary and have a look, see what we got. So we started the month of June off quite well. 1st of June, because my family and I we went out for TRT. It was nice weather, and by all accounts, it sounds like we had a good time. So we went out for our tea. That was nice. Then on the Friday, the day after, I've put crappy weather. So that's just exactly what it says: rubbish weather. And oh yeah. My wife lost the key because she unlocks up sometimes when she goes to work. But she lost the key, or she misplaced it. So she phoned me in a bit of a panic and talked her through going through the house, and she found it eventually. It's just bizarre because that's funny, isn't it? All it takes sometimes is an outside source. So that was quite funny. And I do remember, I think I was in the middle of either on the bench episode or a P&Q episode at the time, and so one of the videos I was making, I had to sort of do an edit there, but that was quite funny. And on the 3rd of June, of course, and I wrote in capitals here in my diary, new edition of Warhammer available for pre-order today, and I pre-ordered mine that day. And my wife got me one of the index books as well to go along with that, so that was really nice of her. Brilliant, thank you very much. Then we went into the town because I needed to transfer some funds from one bank to another, and I had it in the means of like a cash transaction, so it had to be done in person. Sunday, the day after, we all went to Honiton to visit my mum. My sister was there. We had a great day. Bit of weird weather though, because it was rainy, then sunny, then rainy again, and I was still feeling pumped for the new edition of Warhammer, of course, as you may have gathered. I did put up glad the selection thing is over, and of course the general election which we were having at the time, and like I say, I was glad and I am glad it's over. Okay, so we're up to the 5th of June now. Weather diabolical. I had to wait all day for a guy to come in and sort the boiler out there. Well, service our boiler. And then my meds arrived, and then shopping arrived. So it was a bit of a weird day. But we still managed to get practicing, because we had a gig, as you know, last month, my wife and I. The next few days, however, I was a bit fatigued, and I wasn't able to do anything or write anything, because I can't remember honestly what happened. So that was that. So I had a few days of fatigue, and my energy levels have been a bit low lately. I have to say they've been quite low. On the 8th, I moved some bits around in Mini Warzone, because I was determined to move the studio around in a more efficient manner, get the most efficiency out of the space I've got. Friday the 9th of June, we practiced for our gig. I managed to get and film 2 on the bench episodes that day, so I was quite chuffed for that. 10th, Saturday, went into town during the morning / early afternoon, so we went in the morning, we were there till early afternoon, so there was that. 11th on the Sunday, went to church in the morning. Oh, and then my wife kind of helped me organise my studio around to get the gaming table in a better position, and yeah, so I was very, very grateful of that. You may have seen, back on the videos that I was putting out then. On the Monday, I posted a load of items for eBay that people had bought. Filmed another on the bench. And I started doing those faction focus things and those other updates, which I enjoyed doing. So that's kind of the month where that all started, really. Oh yes, and I did a playthrough of a custom mission for Zombicide, so that was quite good. Cut the grass. I'd ordered some varnish and electric blue paint that I wanted for the avatar of the Eldar from the Triumvirate of Aeneid. I was too tired to practice that day. That's the 13th. But we had a cup of tea in the garden when Mrs. Mini Warzone was here, so that was nice. But on the Wednesday, the day after, we did a great practice. We had a nice steak as well. We did that obviously. Just the two of us, my wife and I, went out for a steak, and it was really good. Weather was brilliant, spot on. And I've got my tea here at the moment. It's a bit too hot to drink right now. Thursday, it just said excellent weather, nothing much to report, so it was a bit of a I was kind of like, I was so pumped for Warhammer, but at the same time I was like, yeah, but I'm not doing anything else. My focus was on Warhammer. Friday the 16th, awesome sunny day, breakfast and tea in the garden. Oh, that's right, my daughter's friend stayed over for a couple of days, because she came to watch Sadar gig as well, so that was all good. And that was really nice. We had a nice day in the garden that day. And on the Saturday, of course, Saturday the 17th of June, I spent a day resting for the gig at St Paul's, and it was really a good gig. But I mean, it was the day. I got my Warhammer 8th edition, all the stuff, bits and pieces I'd ordered, the starter set and a few other bits and bobs, books and that, and they arrived that day, Saturday morning, the 17th, and it was great. And another thing, we had such a great gig that night, and one of my old teachers from when I was at school was there, and it was nice to see her, and it was a really great evening, and we had such a good, awesome time together. All of us, it really felt, it was a really good atmosphere, and people were really genuinely happy, and we were doing that for them, and that feels good, doesn't it? When you can make someone else happy. I felt fantastic, but man, was I was knocked out after that for quite a while. Okay, so Sunday the 18th, had a fantastic Father's Day. I was lazing around, and just some amazingly hot weather it was. Our friend came around for tea, and my daughter's friend was here as well, but then she had to go back. Oh yeah, I started building my Primera Space Marines, so that was good. Right, okay, 19th, amazing day, because that's the Monday, the 19th of June. My wife stayed home from work because she had some time off, and we spent some real, quality time together. Because it's funny how, you have busy lifestyles, and you kind of, like ships that pass in the night sometimes, aren't you? So it's really nice to catch up. And that was a day for that. I received and I built my Razorback that I bought from eBay. It was for a charity actually selling on eBay. It was new, and so that was good. So that felt good that the proceeds are going towards this charity. And I sent off a few bits from Games Workshop that I needed as well for the build and paint of my new box set, Weather Beautiful. 20th of June. I couldn't do much on that day because I was taking my mother-in-law to the hospital, and I got stuck in the worst traffic jam ever. I'm not kidding. In all my 30 years of driving, that was the worst traffic jam I have ever been in. It took me like an hour and a half to get like a mile. Oh, it was really painful. Apparently it was due to some burst water pipe on one of the main roads, and it was like having to shut all that off right at in the rush hour, and was it ever such a nightmare got home eventually, but man, that put me off driving for a while. Took me ages to calm down from that one. So on the 21st, which was a Wednesday, that's right, my wife came home from work. She had a water infection, so we had to go to our nearest kind of health centre place to sort that out, to get antibiotics. But it was lovely weather though. But it was just such a shame, because there's nothing worse than a water infection, is maybe a toothache. But yeah. Day after though, 22nd, which was a Thursday, I've put weather cloudy and overcast. But I did manage to get a lot of hobby stuff done, so that was good. And it was a good feeling. I started writing down my subscribers from my channel, the number at that time. So I ended that day on 693, which is interesting. Day after, Friday the 23rd, got loads of stuff done today. Nearly finished the box set. Water Dogs on the Valley, cloudy weather. It's just general stuff, like went to local shop, got gas, electric, picked up a salad for our tea and stuff, and that was good. Saturday 24th, was another dull day weather-wise. Filmed a bulk of my Q&S videos, but I made a schoolboy error doing that. Such a schoolboy error, because I wanted to start doing these on green screen, and it's been fairly successful for a while now, I think. But I made the mistake of wearing a green t-shirt with kind of off yellow logo and that, and it really makes, I know it's not the same shade of green as the green for the green screen, but it is still green and it still causes problems. So why I was that stupid, I don't know. Like I say, it's a schoolboy error, but I will try and be mindful of that in the future. I finished building my Dark Imperium box set though, on that day, so that was good. On the Sunday the 25th, take my mother-in-law's heart monitor back. My wife and I did that together, up to the hospital. So we called into our local supermarket while we were there, did some hobby stuff that day. My wife wrote a whole entire chapter of her new book, so that was pretty awesome. Okay. Right, I'll see if I can have some tea now, because it should have cooled down a little bit. Oh yes. Can't beat a cup of tea. Right, on the 26th, I went to a place called Mainstone to do some filming and photography for my new Memory Lane video, or a series. It could be it's upcoming anyway. It's planned for the future. So I did some footage for that, and I'll talk more about that at a later date. It's basically just like a nostalgic trip down memory lane from when I was a child, where I used to live and go to school and so on, and what it looks like now and all that kind of stuff. The weather was a bit overcast, but it was okay for filming, which is kind of ideal filming ideal filming weather, to be honest. Filmed it on the bench, painting my Primera Space Marines from the Dark Imperium box set, so that was good. Let's have a look here. Oh yes, because my subs had gone up and down at that point, so previous day I was on 698 and that day finished on 697, and it's just really strange. Tuesday the 27th, bear in mind, of course, this is just the highlights, the bulletin points. So I don't want you thinking that's all I do on those days. But I went to get some wheat-free bread on that day to make a bread and butter pudding on the Tuesday the 27th. Because my wife is wheat intolerant, so I like to do things like that. Weather okay. Well, I put weather okay-ish for morning and afternoon, but it rained later. It did turn to rain down into the evening, and I was just doing some more work on my box set really. But I finished the day on 702 subscribers that day, so that was good. Wednesday, absolutely hammered down with rain all day. But again, I did some more work on my box set, filming on the bench. Went out to lunch with my wife, so that was nice. Thursday, the 29th, I did a video update on Forge World, but other than that I didn't do any filming. Rained all day again on the 29th, and that was when I was noticing that I seem to feel tired all the time lately, and it was it was a bit odd. The Friday, the 30th, my wife's car went in for a service, its first service, so that was good. I had to get up early though, because I followed her there, and then I took her to work, and and now I've written there, meant to film month in review, but forgot. Well, I had a bit of a time slot then, but I just forgot to do it, and then in the days that proceeded after, I wasn't able to, so I should have done it then, really. But I finished that day on 705 subscribers, so that was nice. But it was fine rain that day, and that was it. That was the last day, so that's been my month. So yeah, the best bit of the month really was the gig and the receiving of my Dark Imperium box set. So that was the highlight of the day, and exciting that I started finally filming for my memory lane video, and I still don't know whether that's going to be a one-off video or a video series. I don't know. I'll just get more footage and start putting it together and see how it turns out, I think. So I want to cobble photography together with video footage so that I can do that. So anyway, there you go. That's my month in review. So that's been June, and yeah. So we'll see what July brings. Although we're already into it now, we're well into it. But yes, I mean we've got Wimbledon, and although I can't really watch it as easily as I used to. But yes, it will be good to see what this month brings. So thank you for watching. That's been my month in review. Remember, all brushes lead to war, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.